Hello, welcome to the March 25th, 2024 Dancing Bear Enlightenment Academy podcast, Holistic Transformation. This is a replay of the intro to the Holistic Transformation Summit that was held March 23rd, 2024. I hope you enjoy it. I'm Dr. Beverly, and in this replay, I will be talking about the Om for Success program, which is completely free, as well as the brand new Earth Alchemy monthly meditation. The next meditation will be held on April 7th at 8 a.m. It's a Sunday, that's 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So this is a replay from the summit on March 23rd, 2024.
It's time to welcome the summit sponsor, Dr. Beverly Lawrence, a visionary in the world of holistic and spiritual health. As the founder of the Dancing Bear Healing Center and Enlightenment Academy and a licensed acupuncturist in Arizona, Dr. Beverly blends her expertise in neuropathy, medical hypnotherapy, and intuitive healing to guide individuals on their journey to wellness. Beyond her one-on-one session, she enriches lives through her holistic spiritual transformation podcast, weekly live meditations, and as a driving force behind the semi-annual Holistic Transformation and Healing Mastery Summit. Today, Dr. Beverly will introduce us to the power of Om for Success program. And I have to say, on a personal note, I experienced this program myself. It is amazing. Be prepared to be inspired and uplifted with Dr. Beverly's holistic approach to achieving success and well-being. Welcome, Dr. Beverly.
There we go. I muted myself and couldn't unmute. Thank you, Patty. And I love hypnotherapy. It's hypnotherapy. Oh, let's see. Let me remove spotlight. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm here for you now. So I wanted to share a few things. And first, just welcome to everybody. So glad you're all here. We do have 31 countries. Last time we only had 28 countries registered. So this is truly an international event, although about 61% are in the United States. So it's very exciting to be able to reach people from all over the world. I really like that because I've lived overseas and I was raised mostly in Hawaii. So I'm very eclectic and interested in other cultures. I did found the Dancing Bear Enlightenment Academy in order to teach the things that I've been teaching in person online. And so I have the Dancing Bear Healing Center because I'm an acupuncturist and I do a lot of other healing. And I thought, well, I'll go online. And when I went online, guess what? There are some things that just didn't work out well trying to teach online. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take what I've been teaching and just give it away. So for 30 years, in different formats, I have been teaching Om for Success, and I just put the link to Om for Success in chat. It's omforsuccess.com, OM for Success. And it has 3 parts. I'm not going to tell you too much about it. Instead, I'm going to tell you how I got started and where the information came from. And what I'm going to do after you take Om for Success, because I want the people who go through Om for Success, those are the people I want to teach today. So many years ago, I was in Silicon Valley and I started out as a computer programmer and I became a project manager. I actually became an executive. Then I quit and started my own company and I was a consultant. And I was very successful going along, doing my thing. And then I started getting sick. I started getting really sick. I had so much wrong that I had a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that I had to take with me with all the things that were wrong. It was cancer, fibromyalgia, chronic insomnia. I was no longer even making melatonin. I couldn't digest anything. Water gave me heartburn, if you can imagine. I lived on Excedrin and Maalox. I kept going into anaphylactic shock. several times a week. I'm in the emergency room. They're trying to revive me. I ended up altogether, I've had 5 near-death experiences. And I knew if I didn't change, I would die because, and my quality of life, of course, had disappeared. I could no longer hike. Was rescued off Mission Peak by helicopter. I was rescued off Angel Island by ranger boat. Um, and the emergency room doc one day said, you know, I'm really tired of seeing you here. And I said, well, I've been to many, many doctors. Money's not a problem. Healthcare, I have wonderful insurance, but nobody's able to help me. And he said, you need an allergist. So I said, well, who's the best allergist in the Bay Area? I researched that. I went to her and she spent an hour with me. And after an hour, she said, I can't help you. And I went, well, really? Wow. What do you do when you're dying and no one can help you? So I had a doctor previously that I no longer needed, but I respected him and I liked him. So I thought, I'm going to go see Dr. Bradstreet. And so I went to see him. I told him what was going on. And he said, you need to meditate. Just like, what? Meditate? That was like a dirty word. I was an atheist at the time. So I thought, well, what have I got to lose? So I started meditating and my life changed immediately. I woke up, I knew who I was, I knew my mission, I knew my sole purpose, and I started healing spontaneously. I studied shamanism, I did a shamanic journey, and boom, the cancer just was cured instantly. At work, people saw me go from pale white and straw-like hair and just no energy, and I looked a mess. And they said, what are you doing? I said, well, I started doing this and started doing that. And they said, well, will you help me? And I went, oh, okay. So before I knew it, I was helping friends, friends of friends, friends' families. And then one day a stranger shows up and I said, who referred you? We went back 6 people and I didn't know any of them. And she said, what do you charge? And I said, I don't. And she said, well, you should. And she gave me money. And I went, wow, if people are willing to pay for this. So I started another business. I called it, back in California, I called it Dancing Bear Alternative Healing Center. And I started seeing people. And that's how I got into the healing business. And then I decided to move to Arizona and go to naturopathic medical school. While there, I fell in love with acupuncture. I started going to acupuncture school at the same time. And then I decided after 3 years of naturopathic medical school, I'm just going to become an acupuncture because I like all the woo-woo stuff. And I don't really want to be a medical doctor and I didn't want to deal with medications. So that's how I ended up on the path I am. And then 2020 shut all that down. But I realized that what really changed my life was meditation. And I hear so many people say, oh, I don't have time, or I don't want to sit there and go, everybody has a million excuses as to why they can't meditate. And the Om for Success program is intended to show you how there's no such thing as an excuse. You need to take care of yourself, and meditation, whatever you want to call it, you can call it self-hypnosis, it's the same thing. You need to get into that state and connect directly to whatever you want to call source, God, divine, your higher self, your angels, whatever you want to call it. I don't change people's belief system. Whatever religion, non-religion you have, that's okay. I've had Muslims go through my program, Catholics, non-Catholics, atheists. It's okay. There is no dogma to the program. I'm not teaching dogma. You don't have to do the Eightfold Path and all the other stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a religion, follow your religion. But I'm going to enhance what you do so that you have a stronger connection. So I take you on a journey. The first part of the journey is just this 30-day, and each step for that 30 days is just a few minutes long. The rest is your homework. And how you decide to do your homework is up to you. I don't even do guided meditations through most of it. It's up to you. to figure out what's right for you, and it's going to be different for each of you. So all I'm doing is leading you. Then there's a workshop to explain the big picture, and then there's a 6-week masterclass. And each part of the 6-week masterclass, there's 1 week focuses on one thing. So in the workshop, I keep calling it a workshop, it's just a webinar. It's only less than an hour, about 45 minutes. And it gives you the big picture, and then we dive into one piece at a time of the 5 elements, how to know what element you are, how to know how to look at yourself in the mirror and figure out what's going on just by looking at your face. And when you learn to do that with yourself, you can now do that with other people, and that will help you with your relationships. If you're a healer, it will help you with your healing practice. And then at the end, the 6th week, because there's 5 elements, right? So the 6th week, we go into how to tie the elements to the chakras, the 7 rays of God, and the 7 spiritual initiations that we go through on our spiritual path. So once you get through that program, you're ready for the advanced training, which I never taught before. I only taught the beginning. But I think at this point in time, humanity is ready to. I've been to 4 mystery schools, and a lot of this is from mystery schools. And I've pulled together a lot of different cultures, everything from Egyptian, Ayurvedic, Vedic, Chinese, Taoism, Kabbalah, the Thoth and Hermes information. So a lot of different traditions, and I've pulled them all together, and that's in the advanced training. And then the part of the workshop that I just couldn't teach online because I need to be in the room with people with a small group. We have much appreciated. So, oh, thank you, Giovanna. I'm going to be doing that as a live retreat. I live near Sedona and Cottonwood. So I will have, after you complete the follow-on masterclass, then you can take the retreat. And I'm working on getting certification. If you're a professional, I'm working on getting CEUs for the workshops. And then I'll have some kind of a certification certificate for non-professionals that don't need CEUs. So all of that is in the works. I also have I do a lot of meditation, obviously. I practice what I preach. And the other day I was thinking, I've been doing these global meditations for over a decade, where a lot of us get together, we do a meditation for peace. And are we at peace in humanity? No, world peace has actually gotten worse, in my opinion. There's less peace. There's just, it's gone from soldiers fighting, unless you're in certain areas of the world, to fighting in the streets, fighting at home. At least that's happening in the United States. So I meditated and I said, I want to do something different. And I was told, and I said, I'm not a guru, and I'm not an angel. I'm not perfect. I don't have all these great skills that like an ascended master might have to just literally transform things. What do I do? And I got a very clear message that I need to start doing a monthly alchemical meditation. It's an earth alchemical meditation. And that if we as light bodies get together as a group, together we have unbelievable power. So I'm going to do that. It's called earthalchemicalmeditation.com. I'll put it in chat later. And it will be every month. So there's a website and there's notifications in my app. So if you're in the DBEA Enlightenment Academy app, you'll see in the calendar the monthly meditations, and it will be the Sunday before or the Sunday after, whichever one is closest to the new moon. So we're going to always do it on a new moon. And interestingly enough, I was just told this just before the new moon in April. So the kickoff will be April 7th, which is the day before the April 8th solar eclipse and new moon. So it should be pretty interesting. So there's more on that on the website. And then I have a few more minutes, don't I? Okay. So let's see here. Let me get the link and put it in there. Here it is. Flappy. So I am inviting anyone who is an earth healer or a actually just they're interested in global healing. So not just the earth, but plants, animals, all sentient beings. So Kinsey Rhodes, one of our speakers today, has already volunteered. So we'll be in Zoom together, and everybody else will just be on YouTube. So it'll be free. It'll be on YouTube, and you can watch the replay. So it'll be at 8 a.m. Pacific time, April 7th. And so if you can't make it at that time, what you do is you log in when you can make it. And by your intention, and believe me, you can do this. There's no such thing as time. So by your intention, you just say, I join the energy of this group when it actually was heard. And then you will be a part of that energy when it happens. Because I know that might be hard for some people to understand. Yes, Katya, from the inside out. That's one way. Katya does it with got Katya on the head. Kenzie also starts with a K, does it with seals. I do it with intention. I have a little globe and I'll put my hand around it and I'll just send the energy through into the globe, or I'll do it by my intention by just grounding into the earth and sending the healing energy. So there's many ways to heal the earth, and earth is our mother, Gaia. So as we heal the earth, it heals the plants, it heals the animals, it heals us. So that's what I'm going to do now. All of our speakers will be giving a talk. This is not an interview, this is a talk. So they're giving you a lesson. And then they will do either a group event, something, everybody has something different, or they will do one-on-one. My group will be at the end. So I'm not going to do my group now. I'm just going to I've been giving my talking about the Om for Success. And then I'm going to be I've split myself in two, my talk. So at the half hour, each speaker will begin and they'll have 1 hour to work with you. And so if you stay till the end, I will have more free stuff, announcements and goodies. And then you'll be able to see I will be doing a group healing and a sitting Qigong. Yes, you can sit and do Qigong. And because you can't see me standing up, I'm going to do it sitting down, and I'm going to show you how to do Qigong while sitting. But you can always stand if you want to stand, because usually Qigong is done standing, but you can do Qigong while sitting because it's not a moving meditation practice. And by using certain energy while you do the movement, you actually clear all the channels in your body. So you'll be giving yourself a complete whole clearing. They're all one, and we can provide an aspect of it. Yes, Giovanna, thank you. So that's what I'm going to be doing at the end of the summit. So we'll have 5 more speakers, 1 hour each, and then I will do the close up, and then we'll have a gratitude circle at the end. So let's see here. So let's see what else I had for you. So let's talk a little bit about the Om for Success a little bit more. So for the 30 days, there's some handouts and homework. So I talked for about anywhere 2 to 5 minutes. I think one day went on for like a half hour, but most of them are 2 to 5 minutes. And I record it, but I don't record the questions. And then we have Q&A afterwards. And oh, I can't do that right now, Kenzie. Hold on. I didn't record people's questions until near the end. I recorded them separate. So I'm going to redo it live, and I was told to redo it live every year. It was such an unbelievable experience with people being live, all dedicated, and the questions afterwards were incredible. And the answers don't come from me, they came through me. So I don't actually remember the answers, so I regret not recording it. So what I will do next time is I'm going to record the questions and answers. I won't show who asked the question, but I'm going to then add just the question and then my recorded answer afterwards into the app. So people that go through the program who don't do it live for whatever reason will at least get to see what the questions were other people asked and what the answers were. Yeah. So apparently one of our speakers doesn't have the link. So copy. Here's the link that I have. That's what I used. It looks the same to me. That's what I posted in the email, so I don't know why the link doesn't work for people. You do it because I can't right now. Anyway, then we do the workshop, and I give you a lot of homework because you have a week, actually 2 weeks between day 30 and when the 6th week starts. So I cite my source for all my teachings. So you can look up and read. So you don't have to take my word for anything. You can go back to the original documents. And I buy books, so I have all of the books, but I try to find most of these books are out of print. So you can, I find them in PDF versions. So I give you PDFs. So if you actually want to go back to the source of where I'm getting my information, you can download the PDFs. I give those to you, and then you can read if you really want to dive deeper. I'm one of those people that likes to dive deeper. I don't take anybody's word for anything. I research it myself. So if you're like me, I cite my source, and you have time then before the master program to actually go through and read some of the source documents. Okay, I hope everybody's getting what they need. There's a lot going in chat, and it's kind of distracting me. Sorry. So anyway, then the 6-week program, like I said, each week we're going to focus on one of the 5 elements. So, and we'll also talk about why in the Western world, they think there's only 4 elements. And when I wrote my book, Meditation Demystified, which was the workbook for my original meditation class from back in the 90s, there were only 4 elements because that's all we learned in the Western culture. We're taught there's 4 elements. Then I studied Chinese medicine and find out there's 5 elements. And then science, about around 2015, I think it was, they proved there is a 5th element. And so I'm reintroducing that 5th element because the 5th element is the connection to source. And I talk about that in the program and why it was removed by the Greeks, who actually were the ones that removed the 5th element from our consciousness. So we need to put it back. We need to put back our connection to source. And that's what the whole purpose of the program is, to help you get connection to your higher self, because we're each very, very unique. We each have different backgrounds, different understanding, and a different soul purpose. And we need each of us to do whatever it is we're here to do. And the best way for you to do that is to get connected. And that's what this program does. It gets you connected. And let's see, I'm going to go ahead and bring Patty back. Add spotlight and unmute. Yeah, I'm working on it. There it goes.
I just want to say that at the last Holistic Summit that you had offered the 30-day Om for Success, and then the 6-week. And I took advantage of both of those. And I really, really, really want to encourage those of you that are VIPs to take advantage of both of those. I used to think that I knew what meditation was all about, or at least I thought I had a clue as to what it was about. However, I could not get, as I was meditating, I could not get the jumble to stop in my brain, or all the questions or thoughts and stuff, which I learned were monkey mind. But through that 30 days, I mean, 30 consecutive days, our little group, and Jean, I believe that you're somebody here in our audience today. I know Shalonda wanted to be here, but unfortunately she's had some medical issues. But it's like we became this wonderful, tight-knit unit. And the way that we were able to share with each other of what we were experiencing, it was an incredible bond that really what it did is it laid the foundation for us to then move into the 6-week journey with Dr. Beverly for Om Success. And something that she had just mentioned, Dr. Beverly, what you had mentioned here was that what you do is you enhance what spiritual rituals we already have in place. All you're doing is leading us through it. And someone who is a Christian, God is my spiritual source. I never understood how the journey you were going to take us on was going to interact with my beliefs and that thing. And all it did is it just made it better. It bonded the two very, very well. And everybody, excuse me, everybody in the group together all felt that same thing. It just made their spiritual journey even stronger than it was before. The other thing is you had mentioned the power of meditation, and I never really understood that until I took both of those sessions with you. And it is remarkable the things that came to me that I did not expect. Had no clue of really truly what the power of meditation could be. And it has definitely changed me for the better. The other thing that it has done for me that I made sure and I wrote down here, for me, it has created for me a wonderful library of meditation music, all different types. I didn't have any of that. And even though you can YouTube and you can Google the specific things that you gave us that went for the different elements, especially, or the different things, if you're experiencing pain or you need healing or you need love or whatever it might be, you gave us those specific links to those YouTube things that, I mean, I'm like, save. It's in my library. It's in my library. And I know that since the past couple months now, since we completed the course, when I know that I've got a pain in a certain part, or, I'm worried about something, or I just need to feel a little bit more love, or maybe I'm having trouble sleep at night, I can go to that meditation library that you helped create for us. And I know exactly what to listen to and what I need to do. And I cannot say enough wonderful things about it. So those of you that are VIPs, I highly, highly, highly suggest and recommend that you take Dr. Beverly's free gift of this meditation course, because even if you are already a meditator, and I know, Jean, you were one of them, and a couple of the other people, it reinforces it just brings you back to finding where you are in the world and how you can make your part of the world a better place, and how you can help make the world a better place as well.
Thank you for that, Patty. And then I just reset what I was going to say. I can't believe it.
Meditate on it for a second. It'll come back to you.
Well, I think what I have to do is, there we go. There's the number. Okay. So, I remember. You said, VIPs. Om for Success is free for everyone, whether you're a VIP or not. Share it with your friends. There's no upsell. There's no part of the program where I say, buy this, or the last day, the whole thing is, don't you want to buy all this for me? There's none of that. It's free, and there's nothing for sale in it. I actually had 2 people send me money I didn't ask for it. They just said, you can't do this for free. And they gave me money. Thank you. But no, I'm not asking for any money. I'm just giving this away. Like I said, I've been teaching it for 30 years in different formats. And now I'm just going to give it away because I feel people need this. It saved my life. It's given me a whole different life. And I feel very blessed and I can. Okay. So I can. So I am.
It will change your life. I mean, it really will. And like I said, even if you are already in a meditation practice, all this will do is elevate what you are already doing. And this is truly Dr. Beverly's way of paying it forward, because there was never once during any of it that there was any type of a sales pitch, not once. She loves what she's doing and she is happy to share it with you.